It's now time for Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, live on the Woodward Sports Network. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m. Starring Ryan Ermanni, Michigan great and former NFL baller Braylon Edwards, and of course, Tom Mazawey. Let's talk some sports.
Hey, let's talk some sports. That's right. It is Wednesday, December 21st, 2022. Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com. If you're watching live on fox2detroit.com or the Fox 2 News app, we appreciate you. Merry Christmas week, everybody. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, good afternoon to you, my friend.
Good afternoon. It is a good afternoon. I'm feeling much better than I did yesterday. If you watched the show yesterday, I apologize. I had the sniffles, had a bit of a cough. Tried to be the germaphobe guy, back into a corner. But I took care of myself last night, man. I took the apple cider vinegar, some elderberry this morning, feeling much better. You can even hear it through my voice. Ryan Ermanni, Tom Mazawey.
So remember a couple of weeks ago when I took a couple of days off, I had no voice. And it wasn't that I was sick. It wasn't that I was feeling like crap. I mean, I could do a million different things, but I couldn't talk. As an NFL player, what do you need? Your hands. Some people even insure their hands.
This is true.
Your new hands is your voice.
This is right.
You got to protect that voice. Tom Mazawey always protecting his. Good afternoon to you, my friend.
Hey, guys. Merry Christmas to everybody. Stuff in the studio last couple days. Hey, we're going to get slammed with the bomb.com cyclone blizzard coming up here in the next couple of days. So, hope everyone's enjoying the holiday now, that nice weather outside while we got it.
Speaking of which, we are stuffing a studio, year number 3, that Woodward Sports has teamed up with Mont Children's Hospital in Ann Arbor, Guardian Alarm, going to deliver all these toys later in the week to Mont Children's Hospital. And we have some people in the audience right now. We'd like to bring up our good friends from Chili Peppers Tanning. We've got Shelby, we've got Lindsay. How are you, ladies?
Hi, good. How are you?
Good. Thanks so much for coming.
Yeah, of course. We got lots of toys.
There we go.
We love the fine folks at Chili Peppers Tanning, and now is the time to go get that glow because we have not seen the sun in a couple of months.
The sun, what is that?
I want to say.
Right.
So what do you guys have for the kids here today?
Oh, you know, we did a little mixture of everything. We got some race cars, some fire trucks. We got some cocoa melon.
There you go, Maz.
Oh, Maz loves the Barbie doll. Maz loves the Barbie dolls.
We got some board games. We got the old school Candyland and Chutes and Ladders. So
I dominated Candyland.
A little mix of everything for all the age groups.
Well, we absolutely appreciate that so much. So what's happening at the good old Chili Peppers Tanning?
Chili Peppers Tanning. Hey, this week is our Christmas sale. We got 50% off all products, 60% off if you buy a gift card, and we do have 25% off of our 10 sessions and 30-day packages, and our prepaid deal on our memberships, 3 months at once, and then you get a whole month for free.
Look at that.
Oh, wow.
All week long. Yeah.
I'm digging that hat.
Oh, thank you. Last time it was my flannel, this time the hat.
He's a New York guy.
Digging that hat.
Maybe he just did too. Well, never mind.
That too.
Maybe he just digs you. Shelby, okay. Maybe it doesn't matter with the hat, the flannel. It's all good. Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys.
Hey, last minute gift ideas. Check out Chili Peppers Tanning. Walk on in and grab a gift card. Grab a membership for somebody. Thank you guys so much. If you want to unpack, feel free.
Yeah, feel free.
Not to be outdone is our friends from Dave & Buster's in Utica. We got Michael over here. We'll see if Maz gives you any compliments here, Michael, on what you're wearing or anything like that.
Nothing too special.
I'm digging that Superman.
How about his hat?
I love that Superman.
There you go.
Your hat's all right.
That's the Superman from the animated series back in '99. Come on, man.
I love that.
I know
Batman.
Batman and Superman.
Oh my God.
Now you got a box full of stuff over there.
Couldn't bring it up here too big.
Well, we appreciate it. What makes you want to come do this?
You know, why not? You know, why not give out to the kids? It's Christmas time. It's the season of giving. So why not do it? We're Dave & Buster's. Come out, make people happy. Why not make the kids happy?
No doubt. You got anything going on at Dave & Buster's right now for the holiday season?
So every Wednesday, our games are half off.
Ooh, that's good.
That's today.
So today, next Wednesday, so every Wednesday all of our games are half off. We are getting into our busy season because the kids are out of school, but stop in every Wednesday.
Okay.
Appreciate that so much. Thank you so
No problem,
much,
guys.
man.
Thank you.
Michael, we appreciate it.
Mike, bring those dolls over here. I want to see those.
Maz wants. Dave and Buster's in Utica. If you would like to bring a unwrapped new
The original
gift
Dave and Buster's.
For
Yeah.
CS Mott Children's Hospital, you can do so today, tomorrow, this week, whenever you want to do it. We'll get it to the kids at Mott Children's Hospital. We're located here, of course, at the headquarters of Lady Jane's at 15 and Woodward in Birmingham. Just walk on in and we'll take care of you. Thanks so much to our friends Shelby and Lindsay from Chili Peppers Tanning and Mike from Dave and Buster's. This is a really great time of year, Braylon.
It's a great time of year, and that's why we partner with, as I spill my tea, but that's why we partner with certain people. You partner with certain people because they have the same goals, the same dreams and aspirations as you. Chili Peppers Tanning Salon, they believe in children in the holiday like we do. That's why you see them up here. And also, shout out to Dave and Buster's once again. Great things going on. 'Tis the season to give, man. This is the giving season. I was watching Scrooge the other day, man. Such a great movie, such a great concept. You don't want to be a Scrooge. You want to be a giver.
No doubt. And look, we were last night, Maz and Braylon. Yesterday, we had the privilege of being at Lighthouse in Oak Park. Over 150 families were
that warmed my heart.
Receiving gifts. It almost makes you want to cry, right? Jeff Okuda, a bunch of players from the Detroit Lions, his teammates, Chad Johnson, Wicked Awesome Wishes, of course, the owner here at Woodward Sports and Lady Jane's. To see those forces combined to help and benefit families. There was a lady who won a TV yesterday, and she said she was 60 years old and she never won anything in her life.
I love it.
The sheer joy that she had on her face, it was just breathtaking.
It truly is. And those kids. Mm-hmm. There was this one little girl that had a smile that she wouldn't stop smiling, and I just fell in love with her. I just absolutely fell in love with her. I think you had her on Fox, if I'm not mistaken. You did a great thing too on Fox too. Great interviews. That was a hell of a package. Nice 4-minute dedication there. That was really nice, Brian.
Yeah, WoodwardSports.com, man. Chad as well as Tim, they should be very proud of what they did yesterday. The families that they touched, the families that they reached, the kids, everybody involved. But also, you got to tip your hat to Jeff Okuda and Detroit Lions. And what I want to say is, Ryan, I've done events playing in the NFL. Mm-hmm. You do events and you invite guys out. You know, it doesn't matter where you are on the team. When you do events, you invite guys out. For Jeff to have that many guys come out, it says a lot about him. It doesn't matter where their rank is on the team. The fact that he had 7 guys come out, 7 to 8 guys, that's a lot of guys, man. Guys are doing a lot. 'Tis the season. The guys have family coming in town. Guys may have people staying with them already. Guys don't have that many hours. Guys are thinking about the next game. Guys are trying to make it to the playoffs. They're trying to get their bodies right. There's a lot that goes on. Some guys have families already themselves. So to see guys come out and support and stay as long as they did, that says a lot about who Jeff Okuda is, because they came out for the kids, but they came to support Jeff Okuda, and that's what you need. You need those pillars in the community from the team. Jeff Okuda has proven to be more than just a great football player for the Detroit Lions. He's proven to be that Herman Moore, that Lomas Brown, that guy in the community that Detroit can wrap their arms around. I
am so glad you mentioned that, Braylon, because that's one of the things that struck me last night about how important last night was too. It's how his teammates feel about Jeff Okuda, because each and every defensive back that is on the Detroit Lions was at that event last night, including Tracy Walker, who is injured, season-ending injury, who is a captain, who could probably be anywhere in the country rehabbing right now.
Very true.
But he is here in Detroit at a charity event that his teammate is hosting. I thought that said so much about Jeff Okuda and obviously Tracy Walker.
Yeah, Ryan, talk about it. Ryan and Maz, how many times do you see guys have season-ending injuries? They go get surgery from Dr. Andrews, and then they stay somewhere in Alabama. They stay somewhere in Miami. They stay somewhere in Florida. They stay where they're rehabbing at, where it's warm. Tracy Walker is here in Detroit while the Lions are going on a playoff run, and he was at Wicked Awesome Wishes last night. Shout out to Tracy Walker.
Not only that, this is a guy that I reached out to a month ago. And I said, hey, Tracy, you think you might be available to drop by that night? I gave him the night. I gave him the time. He said, yeah, sure, I'll do anything for Chad and the kids. And then the guy writes me a day before the event. He writes me. Yeah. What athlete pays attention that much. And he says, hey, what time do you need me tomorrow? Because the schedule changed. Because the Lions are playing
you
on
can tell
Saturday.
he's married with kids. He lives by that calendar.
But
Exactly.
But isn't that cool?
Yeah.
No athlete.
Now you say, what date was that?
Yeah, no athlete reaches out. I mean, Eddie Murray was there.
Right,
He reached
Murray.
out. I mean, Lindsey Hunter. Just great people, man.
It was
Says
fun.
a lot about Chad, too.
Yeah, it was fun to see like all the people, and I had a chance to talk to Eddie Murray, and I had a chance. Obviously, D-Mac was there. Braylon, I made a pit stop in between our show and the time the event started at Braylon's house.
Came to the crib, man.
Thanks for inviting me to your home, man. Beautiful home, my goodness, and your
appreciate that.
family.
Thank
You got a great family, man. Your mother, your father, your stepfather.
He was happy to see you,
Oh
man.
Charles Plater is my guy, man.
You finally got, hey, Maz, guess what he finally got a chance to hear? We won't be listening to it
It's
anymore.
time. Another great Lions.
The Detroit Lions, another exciting loss.
There you go.
But
He's got to retire that.
That was a running joke when we were sitting down there just, shooting the breeze down in the lower level was, what is this going to be a saying now? The Lions are winning. There are no more exciting losses. They're exciting wins. We got to come up with a new catchphrase.
Yeah, we absolutely do. But again, the last night just was about family, man. It just reminded me about family and the Lions coming together, Lady Jane's, and all the girls here that work at Lady Jane's, that did an outstanding job. So wanted to point that out. We are going to take a break and let you know more about stuff in the studio. Also, I want to let you know that we're going to talk some Michigan football. Braylon, yesterday we promised people at the end of the show that we were going to talk some Michigan football. Today we are going to do that next. But first, a message from Stuff a Studio.
Yes, guys, all week long this week, right up to Friday, right up to Festivus, the 23rd. We are stuffing our studio. We need your help. Every year we go down to Mike, the manager at Meyer on 12 Mile and Telegraph, and Guardian Alarm. They help us kick off Stuff a Studio. Now we want you to help us. We're going to be here all week long. When you're out shopping, and I know you guys are doing last-minute stuff, so when you're out, pick up another brand-new unwrapped toy and bring it on over to us here at our studios at Lady Jane's in Birmingham. Not only do you get to hang with us, we'll put you on the air if you come in during the show, you get to say the Lady Jane's girls, and you get to make a kid feel awesome. We get to stuff our studio and make it look great. And once it's all stuffed, we are going to send all these toys over to Mott's Children's Hospital in Ann Arbor. All right? We're here every day, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Bring your donation, or if you want us to do it for you, you could Venmo us at Woodward Sports. It's that simple. We'll do the shopping for you. 'Tis the season to give back to the children. Stuff a Studio 2022, powered by Wicked Awesome Wishes. Thank you.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
At Alta.
Matters.
Uptime matters at Alta. You know it. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. If you have a big project coming up, give Alta Rental an opportunity to hook you up. They've got you covered. Call them today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. 844-GO-TO-ALTA.
Hey, welcome back. WoodwardSports.com, Fox2Detroit.com, Fox2 app. How's everybody doing out there? Just a couple of days before Christmas. And Maz, as you mentioned earlier about this bomb cyclone that we're supposed to have, apparently there is supposed to be a blizzard on Friday.
Oh.
And like a legit blizzard. So many people out there, they talk about, oh, it's like a blizzard out here. It's like a blizzard out here. But there's actually a definition of a blizzard. And I forget what that definition is. But there are three things that...
Certain amount of speed, maybe wind speed,
cold air.
And a certain amount of fall. Inches.
Yeah. So something like that. Whatever it is, we're expecting it on Friday. Haven't had a blizzard here in 11 years, since 2011.
And if I never see snow for the rest of my life, I'd be the happiest guy in the world.
2018 wasn't a blizzard.
No.
2018 was horrible.
No, because the wind speed falls in the definition. One of the three things you need to happen.
What did DK say on the morning, Derek Evra? What did he say? What exactly are we looking at?
We're looking at anywhere from 3 to 8 inches.
But he's saying that's not the problem.
That's not the problem. It's the wind speed. You're talking wind gusts
and
of
the
up
temperatures.
to 55 miles an hour and wind chill factor in the single digits.
Oh, man.
So that is something to keep an eye on. Driving out there. Forget about traveling.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about driving to a gathering on Christmas Eve, perhaps.
I know it's tough.
Wow.
Christmas shopping. A lot of people wait to that last minute, man.
It's Festivus, too.
If you want to know what the weather is, I'm going to tell you right now, don't listen to us. Go to get the Fox 2 weather app or go to Derek Kevra's Twitter.
Yeah.
Derek Kevra has it all.
Half listen to us.
All over there. Yeah, half listen to us when we talk about the weather. We're just going to talk about it in generic terms. We could.
Let's
call him up.
Let's do it. I'll call him.
Absolutely.
I'll give it a shot.
Braylon, yesterday we were talking about the Lions.
At the house, right?
And one of the things we're talking about when it comes to the Lions is I want something to be on the line when the Packers game happens week 18. And as we relate it to that, let's talk about the team that you're wearing on your head right now. That's the University of Michigan. Play this out for me. How do you want this to go? How should Michigan fans want this to go?
Early on, everybody was excited because, not necessarily excited because Ohio State moonwalked into the playoffs, but excited for the opportunity for Ohio State and Michigan to face each other in the national title at SoFi. Excited, especially as Michigan fans, to absolutely have the chance to destroy Ohio State's program, to punish them, bury them as they're already on the fritz. But you know what? After a couple thoughts, after a couple days and more thinking, that's not what I want, and that's not what any Michigan fan should want. You know why, Ryan? In order to be the man, you got to beat the man. Mm-hmm. In order to there you go, nice drop right there. In order to be the best, you got to beat the best. Last time I checked, the reigning defending national champion was Georgia. Last time I checked, Georgia embarrassed Michigan in the Orange Bowl last year. They really did do a number on Michigan. Last time I checked, for the majority of this year, Georgia has been the #1 seed in the country. Last time I checked, Georgia is the #1 seed in the country currently. Right now, they are the team that people are saying no one can beat. They don't believe in Michigan. They don't believe in Ohio State because Michigan trounced Ohio State. And they don't believe in TCU. They think TCU is there just to show some love to the Big 12. I'm telling you this. Michigan fans should clamor at the chance to play Georgia. They should clamor at the chance to beat Georgia, because you don't want to hear something like Georgia loses to Ohio State, and all of a sudden people say, well, you know what, they didn't beat Georgia. They beat Ohio State again. And you know what, Georgia wasn't ready for Ohio State. It wasn't their fault. They backed in. They beat them. They had nothing to play for. You didn't beat Georgia. I don't want any of that. I don't want anything to deter Michigan going 15-0 and winning the national championship. I don't want any side conversation. I don't want any, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. Well, he wasn't. I don't want any of that. I want Michigan to play the best, and the best is Georgia. It will, one, give you retribution for last year, well, technically earlier this January, and two, you will have gone through the team that is the heir apparent to Alabama's dominance in the college football playoff. Bring on Georgia and bring them on now. Well, after TCU.
I don't think that could be understated, Braylon, because Michigan already beat Ohio State. They're done.
We're done.
Not only did they beat Ohio State, they now beat them 2 years in a row, and they went down to Columbus and manhandled them.
22 points.
So whatever. Ohio State, bye-bye.
Finito.
Don't need to see you anymore. And Georgia universally is recognized as the clear-cut number one team in the country, and everybody else is
2 years in a row
after them. And rightfully so. They've earned that title. So if you go and you beat that team, well, then I think nobody can take anything away from you. And again, look at Michigan's position where they are right now. How many people, and it always goes back to this for me, I think, because I do think I'm one of the rare people that don't care about the non-conference.
Right.
How many people are going to look at Michigan's preseason schedule if they went through and won back-to-back Big Ten championships, beat Ohio State on the road,
back-to-back
beat
years.
an unbeaten TCU team with a Heisman candidate at quarterback, and go ahead and beat Georgia in a national championship game? Will Michigan fans raise their hand? Will Michigan State fans raise their hand? Will all the college football pundits raise your hand and say, but you didn't play anybody in the non-conference? Nobody's going to say that. Nobody cares.
100%. TCU almost undefeated. They did have the one loss to Kansas State.
Oh, yeah, Kansas State.
Yeah, but even with that,
12-0.
And that's what I'm saying. You're 100% correct. You got to beat Georgia. Georgia's the one team you got to go through. You go through Georgia, nobody can say anything. Remember when they were talking about Michigan State, and this isn't about Michigan State, so pipe down, green and white fans. Yeah. Remember when they were saying Mel Tucker understands the transfer portal? You know what? You don't have to understand the transfer portal when you win. Mm-hmm. You don't have to understand. Michigan right now is the number one team in the transfer portal. Just last year, they didn't know what they were doing in the transfer portal, according to pundits. But when you win, and people see you win on national TV consistently, well, now kids want to transfer to your school. You don't even have to know how to work the transfer portal. Also, if Michigan beats Georgia, when Michigan beats Georgia, you're going to have all these 5 stars like, wait, they beat Georgia? I'm going to have to flip my commitment. I might have to think about going to Michigan. You know what? It's actually not that cold in November. Because, the last game is around Thanksgiving. Now you have people starting to have that conversation. You can get the 5 stars. You can get the transfer portal kids. You can get all that. Even the NIL deal stuff. It will come. Winning takes care of it all. Lloyd Carr said this so many times, and I've said it so many times. When you win, everybody wins. That means the front office wins, and then for their front office, it's the scouting department. When you win, that means the coach wins. When you win, that means you have All-Americans. Blake Corum, the 31st unanimous All-American in Michigan history. When you win, everything across the board, they win. Michigan has to play Georgia. That's what I'm calling. That's what I want.
You know what they might say, Ryan? They might say, this is how you win a national championship game. You take it easy in the beginning of the season. You maybe rest a quarterback. You might put a quarterback in one game, put another one in another game, and once Big Ten rolls around, you find your quarterback and you roll from there. It might be the new way of trying to win a national championship, and you can give it to Jim Harbaugh and the Michigan Wolverines for maybe changing the narrative on how to win a national championship game.
But again, if you look at these future schedules too, I mean, next year they don't play anybody. I think they play, I'd have to pull up their schedule, but I think they do have a game in 24 that you would consider as a pretty good non-conference game. At the same time, when USC and UCLA come into this conference, you hope the conference is going to be better. Why would you schedule Alabama, Auburn, Texas A&M, Notre Dame, or anybody else not in your conference in the non-conference?
And by the way, have to deal with all those other teams.
No, thank you.
Yeah, no.
Don't want to do that. Paul here, the WoodwardSports.com chat. Let's not try to get salty back in here. Ohio State doesn't matter anymore. Ohio State doesn't matter anymore in 2022.
Exactly.
That's what I'm talking about. You have already played Ohio State. You played them there. You beat them. You beat them there. You don't need to worry about Ohio State until 2023. Listen, that's where I was going with that. Just want to clarify that.
There are people that are waiting to hang on everywhere and try to search. Oh, there it is. No, what do you mean you don't have? No, look, Ohio State doesn't matter like you said right now. Pay attention to what we're saying, not what you want us to say. We're saying that Ohio State, we've already dealt with that. University of Michigan's already taken care of Ohio State. They beat them by 22 in the horseshoe. They're not worried about that right now. You want to beat Georgia. You want to play against Georgia because right now Georgia is the favorite by everybody. Everybody's saying Michigan doesn't have a chance. TCU doesn't have a chance. Excuse me. And neither does Ohio State.
Braylon, today is National Signing Day, and I did want to mention this about that because there were so many times over the last few years, if you're a Michigan fan, you are glued to the computer. You are glued to your phone to see how many 5 stars you got, how many 4 stars you got. It was the biggest day on the calendar for a lot of Michigan football fans because you wanted to see if you were able to compete with the Ohio States of the world, with Penn State, with Alabama, with, insert X, Y, and Z team up here. It's not a big day anymore. I mean, it is. I don't want to minimize recruiting because this whole thing is recruiting. But when you are winning, when you are developing talent, this day to me is far down on the pecking order from where it used to be for me because of the back-to-back Big Ten championships and, as you pointed out, the transfer portal. The guys that they get today, I mean, it's great. Yeah. But if you want to worry about next season, you're going to worry about some 18-year-old freshman. You want some 350-pound senior, fifth-year senior offensive tackle that you're going to get from, Arizona State or whatever.
Yeah, or this year, look at who won the Remington. Right. That was Olawatimi. Olawatimi was a transfer. He wasn't a 5-star coming out. Listen, there are teams that won with 5 stars. We understand Alabama has led the charge in that. Georgia has started to follow suit. They're now number 2. Ohio State is number 3 in terms of 5-star. Michigan's had a couple here and there. Michigan has 2 5-stars on the team. They got J.J. McCarthy and they have Diamond Edwards. Outside that, a bunch of 4s and 3s, but that's how they built their team. They built their team with a ton of 4 stars. They don't necessarily need the 5 stars, and this is going to sound crazy, but sometimes you don't need the 5 stars because sometimes you try to get the 5 stars and then you try to fit them into your system, or then you try to change your system to fit the 5-star guy. You got a system that's working for you. You're getting kids that believe in Michigan, they believe in team, they believe in family, they believe in each other, they believe in those who stay. Everything that you preach, everything that we said wasn't going to work, everything that we say, Jim's got to change that sales pitch. He's got to change it up a little bit so he can compete. Jim told us to F off. And he's right, because it works for him. Don't change that system chasing after 5 stars. If they want to come to your school, great. If you can get them in your school, great. But don't try to change your system to fit a 5-star, mess your system up, and then that 5-star change. Stay with what you have going on right now. If we don't get the 5 stars now, that's okay, because we will. Because that linebacker from Nebraska, oh my God. And he's a 5-star.
No doubt. So there's plenty of college football to discuss. Want to tell you about what's happening around college football. We'll do that next. But first, a message from Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment on your dream home up to $200,000. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. You can walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. Wicked.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff a Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward and Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
Get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Downtown Detroit is all decked out this holiday
Shop,
season.
eat, play,
oh
baby.
yeah, with the return of the Cadillac Lodge and the Monroe Street Midway. The Midway's got the giant slide, those winter bumper cars, and of course that indoor arcade. But remember, you can always grab a drink at the Lodge before or after any Wings, Lions, or Pistons home game. Shop, eat, and play downtown all winter long with Decked Out Detroit, and you can always check them out at deckedOutDetroit.com.
Welcome back, WoodwardSports.com. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards. We got Maz as well. Fletch, JB. Whole team is here, baby. This is probably the last day the whole team is going to be together.
I know, right?
For a little while.
For a long while.
For a little while. So
you're out tomorrow.
I'm out tomorrow, Friday.
I'm out Friday.
Matt's out next week.
I'm out Friday,
You're
Monday,
out Friday.
Tuesday.
Yeah. So we got.
You guys get away with no snow on Friday. You get to stay home. You SOBs. You.
Well, you know what? It's kind of one of those things too, where like I kind of took this time off to get everything done,
and now you can't move.
And now. What I should have done was taken today off.
Yeah.
Because now I'm kind of screwed in that respect, but it's fine. It'll be fine.
You got all day tomorrow.
Got all day tomorrow.
Especially early.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still bowling. I don't care if it's
no, you're bowling. You don't care.
I don't care.
All right. Hey, guys, there's a lot to go around in college football. By the way, I wanted to point out Alabama right now, #1 recruiting class in the country.
And just got
early signing period. That's the 8th time that Nick Saban has been #1. Michigan right now, 20th. That's a little bit high for them, but we'll see what happens.
Funny thing about that, they're #1, and even while they're #1, they flipped a guy and got a 5-star offensive tackle
from Stanford. I think
exactly. They went from #1. No, Iowa. They got him flipping from Iowa, so they went from #1 to #1 plus. I don't know. They went even more. So good job by them.
Can I just say something about Chubby Charlie over here?
Yeah, please do.
Chubby Charlie was at the event last night.
He was.
That was good pie.
He was.
That's good pie.
And that pizza is as good as I have ever had in my life.
Are you serious?
I swear to God. There's this pickle pizza. And you might think you'd be scared to even taste it.
That's why you turned down the Chinese food.
Yeah.
You knew you were going to get the Chubby Charlie.
You would think that you might not even want to try it.
Right.
But it is superb. I just wanted to point that out.
Can I say something now you said that? Now, they're our sponsor, so I would never say anything against the sponsor now on the air. You don't do things like that. But I was looking at that ever since we've gone to Chubby Charlie's. Every time I look at that picture, I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't look that appealing.
Bro.
Looks appealing.
But now I can say that you said it's actually that good.
Do not
I take your word for
hate.
it.
Do not. It is.
Don't hate.
It is appreciate.
Okay. My bad.
Okay.
Player.
In the meantime, so sorry to derail the show for that, but Chubby Charlie's, my goodness, awesome. Great guy, too. Happy to be around. Tom Mazawey, let's go around college football.
I could do that, too. I'll tell you, man, today is National Signing Day. Now, I'm not big on National Signing Day. These high school kids, when they're coming out and naming, they're picking their hat in front of everything. I guess it's great for them, but they made a mockery of it. It's too much for me.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, the NIL is completely haywire. It is off the hook. It's crazy. Pat Narduzzi, Pittsburgh's head coach, former coordinator over at MSU.
Here's what it says. This is from Andrew Filipponi.
Yep.
Good Italian.
He's a big Pittsburgh guy.
The Pittsburgh head coach Pat Narduzzi says that he heard 2 schools have offered UNC quarterback Drake May $5 million to transfer. Won't say who, but he knows who. Wow. Says it's gotten out of control and it's only going to get worse. Quote, it's a sad, sad deal, end quote. I call BS.
Can we tell Pat Narduzzi, and this is with all due respect, because I respect him a lot at Michigan State.
He's butthurt.
He was a hell of a defensive coordinator at Michigan State for your boy. Shut up. Like Pat, shut up. We get it. You've lost the quarterback. You lost the wide receiver Jordan Addison, who's now at USC, almost made the college football playoffs. I mean, this is where we're at right now. Do you know how much money an institution goes up after they win a national championship? Do you know? Like the year after you win a national title, you really gain $79 million, and then it goes up to $110 in year 2. $79 million. So why wouldn't I pay? Why would I not pay Drake May, who's going to be the second-rated quarterback coming back next year, only behind Caleb Williams? Why wouldn't I offer Drake May $5 million to take him from North Carolina and put him on my team that has a chance to win a national title so that my institution can make that $80 million, basically, you're saying? It is a no-brainer. But the NCAA, they did this to themselves, Pat. They did this to themselves. This isn't anything all of a sudden. They say, you know what, let's start paying athletes. This was something the NCAA have made a ton of mistakes dating back to the 70s and 80s and 90s, and here we are. You have nobody to blame but the NCAA. If you don't want to get your players taken, well, you're going to have to recruit daily, which sucks. But Pat, you're not the only one that has to do it. Every school has to do it now. In Ohio State, Michigan, Clemson, Oklahoma, every school has to recruit their players all year long. It sucks, but it's everybody, not just Pitt.
All right, here's the scoop. I kind of feel for Narduzzi. Now, I know the coaches are carpetbaggers. We all know that. They're going to leave at the drop of a hat. They're going to recruit you, and then they're going to leave and go somewhere else where they're going to make some money. But last year, who did Narduzzi lose to USC last year?
Jordan Addison.
Okay. Do you think it's right for teams to go and try to steal players away from teams? Okay, let's just say someone came to Michigan and offered JJ $3 million, offered Blake Corum $3 million, and offered Donovan Edwards $3 million. Come on over here to Nebraska. We got you. Matt Rule is going to take you to the next level. And they're like, okay. Are you good with that, Ryan?
Hey, so Tom Mazawey, do you know how much money Michigan has? Michigan wouldn't allow it to happen, so don't use Michigan, because Michigan got damn near more money than any
institution. They don't play that game
until it happens. Nobody plays it until you're forced to.
We don't know.
If I tell you like this, if somebody came to J.J. McCarthy and said $5 million and he said I'm leaving, I guarantee you they would match the money.
Let me say this.
I'm just saying. I don't think it's right.
Even if they did take J.J., you know what? I'm not mad at J.J. for taking the money. I'm like, hey, Michigan, you didn't match the offer.
And here's the kicker on this: half these kids aren't worth the money. They're just gonna look at Quinn Ewers.
But that's not the kid's fault.
I know, but Quinn Ewers made $2 million.
But that's not the kid's fault.
He probably stinks.
That's not the kid's fault. Those are the people that want to give the money,
and they got the money.
Exactly.
I know they have the money.
Yeah.
This just shows you how much money they actually have.
But how many kids have been screwed over and left for dead in the NCAA in terms of trying to get to another institution, in terms of being stuck in one institution and being able to be stuck behind a coach that doesn't like them? How many schools have not given players money and they've struggled or got caught stealing? Remember the whole laptop stealing scheme down there, a scandal down there at Tennessee? Yeah. And remember Penn State?
That's the whole history of college football.
Exactly. Yeah. Remember the basketball Shabazz Napier won the national title. He gets interviewed. The first thing he says is he's broke and doesn't have money for lunch and dinner and rent. Like, it is the NCAA's fault, and I swear to God, I have no reservations about kids being offered those deals.
I don't either. I believe there should be some sort of governing body. If I think you should be able to transfer one time, get one free pass, and I don't believe you should be able to go after another team's players that is signed. Now, if Drake May wants to put himself in the portal and go to the highest bidder, that's one thing. But I don't think Michigan should go to Michigan State's quarterback and poach their quarterback or whatever.
But they could.
So that is what I'm saying. Okay. I am against that.
Matt Ispia could go offer whatever the hell. He's got $5.5 billion. He just bought the Suns.
He's got something to worry about now.
I am against that. I think you should only get one time to transfer, and without sitting out. You can transfer as many times as you want, but if you're going to sit out, and I do not believe you should be poaching players. My problem with Pat Narduzzi. If you are that butthurt, say which teams they are.
Yeah.
Put the names out there. You can't make these unveiled accusations against people. Like, if you're going to come out and cry and complain about it, and I do think it's a valid complaint.
I bet you one of them is USC.
Then say it. Because
they got Caleb Williams coming back.
If you truly want to highlight this inequity in college football, highlight the inequity in college football.
I guarantee you guess one.
Have a pair and really if you want to stand up for something, stand up for something. If you think this is so wrong, say it so wrong, but don't just go half.
I kind of like what he said. I don't want to. I'm not going to drop my pants if someone gave it to me. Someone told me something, and they said, don't say it. I'm going to tell them, look, I'm going to say this, but I won't say that.
Why not just say it all then? Like if you
because he probably promised the guy.
Then why say anything?
That's it.
Because he's pissed.
But I understand that, Matt, but we don't know if you're telling the truth or not. Like, and the reason why I'm not saying Pat Narduzzi's a liar because he's probably a very upstanding human being, probably a great guy. But so many people are lying nowadays. So many people are making things up to push their agenda or push their point home a little harder. We need more proof. How many guys have gotten caught lying just because they want to be the first to break something? Or the first to
here's
say
an example, Braylon, that I think you're saying.
Nebraska.
Here's the thing. Here, Matt, let me just. As you're talking, maybe Pat Narduzzi's under a little pressure at Pittsburgh because he's not getting anybody in the transfer portal. Maybe Pat Narduzzi's under a little pressure because he's trying to get some money from his donors, and that is a way that he can kind of float things out there. Hey, look, other teams out there are trying to poach players for $5 million. Can you give me $100,000?
He lost the best receiver in football.
Right? Can you give me
quarterback?
So I think
JT Daniels.
When Braylon says, "How do we know he's telling the truth?" I think he's right. How do we know Narduzzi's not just floating something out there to get his own donors involved, to make his own program step up a little
Blue
bit?
Chips?
Exactly.
There you go.
So
I know all three
I
of
don't
those
think
guys.
you're wrong about that.
Neon Boudreaux, Butch McCray, and Ricky Rowe, baby.
Yeah, baby.
I don't think you're wrong about that, Bray. I'm saying. That's what I mean.
Yeah, he's trying to float in there. But look, man, and it happens. I somewhat feel bad because it's still new. The NIL it's still relatively new. It sucked. You lost Jordan Addison. I mean, he's a hell of a wide receiver. Biletnikoff winner. It sucks. But you know what, Brian? It's happening everywhere. It's just not your institution, Pat Narduzzi. If this was just something with your school, just the ACC, then maybe there would be a little level of more, empathy. But everybody's going through it. Everybody is going through it now. The big schools are losing. Top tier teams are losing. Top tier 3, if you will, tier 3. They're losing as well. Everybody is losing, Pat. It's not just you. You got to either figure out a way to adapt with the times, or you got to look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, do I still really want to do this? Much like coaches like Jay Wright at Villanova say, you know what? I got my titles. I'm due. I'm out of here. You got to look yourself in the mirror and have a conversation.
Now go to the other side. If I'm Drake May, if I'm his dad, take the money, son.
1,000%.
You have to take the money. He might wash out next year.
No
if they're going to offer you $5 million, that's your life right there.
$5 million is a lot of money. $500,000, I would not go.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
But
$5 million, I go.
I'd go for $500,000.
Yeah, $5 million, I go.
$500,000 is a hell of a start on life.
I understand.
I go for 2 and more.
Yeah.
I go for 2 and more. The only reason why is Drake May is in a good situation at UNC. UNC's football team.
You love Mac Brown.
I do. I love Mac Brown as a coach. I told you, I met him.
He loves him.
I met him at the ESPN Awards when we were about to play Texas in the Rose Bowl in 2004. He knew everything about me. He just was the Texas, the Southern hospitality.
He seems real.
He was like, hey man, gosh dog, we would love to have you number 1. I was like, damn, he just sold me in 2 words.
Gosh dog it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like so, he
You
drew
get
me
a gosh dog it out of somebody.
It brings you in. It brings you in. Like, gosh,
Not Jimbo.
and then he called me number 1.
Not Jimbo.
Like,
Jimbo couldn't get it.
No, not at all. But yes, UNC. I mean, UNC is Jordan. It's a story program. I just saw the basketball program play Ohio State at Madison Square Park. You're talking $1 million. I might just take my chance at UNC. You're talking 2 and up. Yeah, I'm out of there.
News regarding Max Duggan, JT Daniels, Graham Mertz. We got it all for you coming up next. But first, a message from Chili Peppers Tanning.
Hey, you saw our Pepper Girls here earlier today dropping off some toys.
Shelby.
We loved them. Shelby and, was it Lindsay?
Shelby and Lindsay.
That's
Shelby
right.
and Lindsay.
Join the Pepper Club.
Not
Get there
Lauren.
now. They're going to save you $5 against any competitor on unlimited tanning and more. You heard all those specials up here for Christmas. You get the cleanest salons in the D as well. The hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tan. They are your vitamin D headquarters. They're ChiliPeppersTanning.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
I'm Dr. Jason Olafson, DC, the founder of the Custom Health Centers, and we've helped thousands of people learn how easy it is to lose weight and keep it off with our customized weight loss and body contouring programs.
With Custom Health, you don't feel hungry, you eat well. My name is Simeon Timbuk, and I lost 71 pounds on the program.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
I'm going to talk about Centron a little bit. They've teamed up with WoodwardSports.com as well as the Detroit Red Wings to bring you a limited edition 6-pack with their best flavor. That's the cranberry, the sugar-free, and the original. CentronWorld.com/Red Wings is where you can get it. Team up with Centron. Believe in Centron because we believe in and they believe in you. Drink it, live it with Centron. Centron.
Hey, welcome back. Woodward Sports Network.com.
The network.
It's got ESPN on in the studio. Rob Ninkovich.
Rob Ninkovich
said, how many wins will the Packers finish with? You know what he said?
0.
7.
Yeah.
You know who else said that?
Who?
Me. That's who. You need a bad guy.
Just because Rob Ninkovich said it, you're excited?
No, just anytime somebody says 7-win football.
Hey, man, you definitely hit some big milestones, man. That's why I had to have you back, man. We might need to say it again just so we can get that clip.
No, it's all good.
Hey, I'm looking forward to Christmas because I think that Dolphin-Packer game is going to be a good one. I do.
We'll see. I think the Dolphins are going to win that one.
They probably will.
Yeah. I think we should have done picks today.
We can.
Yeah, I want to do picks today at some point.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, I want to do picks today. Find some numbers.
I'm about to say, can we show where the leads are?
Yeah. Fletch don't have the graphic.
That's all right. We don't need the graphic. We can just do the talk.
I'll take care of it.
Hey, let's continue.
You can call in tomorrow.
We're gonna do. We're going to do some Detroit Lions stuff coming up top of the hour, but Maz, I want to finish about with this college football
let's
situation.
keep going with the NIL. We heard about Drake May possibly getting $5 million, at least offered from 2 different schools, thanks to Pat Narduzzi spilling the beans out in Pittsburgh. But how about this kid? This kid's been everywhere. You said you only get one transfer, Ryan? Well, JT Daniels is transferring to his 4th school. He is going to be a Rice Owl. Who gives a hoot about this?
But here's the thing about this. Former West Virginia quarterback J.C. Daniels transferring to Rice per Pete Thamel, or at Pete Thamel, the former 5-star's 4th college in 6 years. But here's the other side of that, Ryan. Reminder, you talked about you should get a cap. There should be a cap on how many times the individual can transfer schools. I agree with you. I think it should be 1, 2 at the very most. But here's the other side of that. When you start transferring multiple times, now there's not now the bigger programs are no longer looking at you. Now the bigger programs like Rice, to go from the schools that he's been to, think of the schools that JT Daniels was at, to now be at Rice, that's a step downward. So maybe at the same time, maybe it will have a way of working itself out. Because you're looking at, you can't tell me Rice is better than Georgia.
No.
You can't tell me Rice is better than the last 4 stops that he's had. So maybe, USC. So maybe the more you transfer, teams look at it like, something's got to be wrong with this guy. He's tainted. I don't want him, so he won't get a Power 5. Maybe it has a way of working itself out.
If you put a cap on how many times you can transfer as well, you might actually have to put a little bit more thought into your first choice. Guys now, you can go anywhere you want, so you might take that big payday at Ohio State like Quinn Ewers did. You know what? Let's go to, and then we'll go to Texas, and then we'll go somewhere else because Peyton Manning's nephew officially signed with Texas today. Arch Manning.
He'll leave.
But you don't have to wait 365 days.
If you only get one freebie, it might make you put a little bit of extra thought into who you were originally signed with. That's just how I feel about it. What else you got, Maz?
All right, we got some more transfers. We got Graham Mertz leaving Wisconsin, and he is heading over to Florida. He's going to the Swamp. Graham Mertz wearing the blue and orange there, Bray.
Well, Florida got shut out in the bowl game anyway.
They scored 3 at the end.
Oh, did they score 3
they
at the end?
kicked the field goal with 30 seconds
This
left.
fits Graham Mertz perfectly.
It does. After that dynamite drop in,
it's good offense.
I don't have anything to say. Graham Mertz, this guy turns the ball over. He doesn't turn the ball over. He doesn't have a strong arm. He doesn't throw the ball. He doesn't thread needles.
Besides that?
Exactly. Besides that, he's nice. His grades are good.
Nice guy.
So I'm surprised Florida even took
I
the
liked
bait on that.
Mertz. I thought he was pretty good.
He was good in one game, and that was against Notre Dame last year.
Yeah, the one to come back.
Yeah, that was the only game he was ever good in. Graham Mertz. Yeah, that was the Soldier Field. You're right, Braylon.
Yeah.
That's right.
I got one more for you.
Okay.
The future Detroit Lions quarterback, Max Duggan, is coming out to the NFL.
Where's he
this
projected?
year.
Has anybody seen a projection on Max Duggan?
It's got to be 2nd or 3rd round, right?
Is he that high?
I would imagine.
I love this
It
kid.
reminds me of a Tim Tebow type player, no?
Yeah, definitely.
He hasn't been in school for 8 years.
Wow.
Tebow wasn't 8 years.
Seems like it.
Nah, that's because he started. Well, he didn't start, but he played as a freshman, and they won the national championship with Chris Leak. 2nd year was his first year. That's when Michigan beat him in the bowl game. 3rd year they win the national championship. He wins the Heisman. 4th year they lost one game, and then they beat Cincinnati in the bowl game. But with that being said, Max Duggan's a guy I would take a flyer on, in the words of Ryan Ermanni, in the 3rd round. Like, he's somebody I may have taken the 3rd round, because you know what you're going to get with him right now. I would have to wait to see his measurables at the combine, because right now all I know his arm's pretty okay. I know he's tough as nails. I know he has a huge heart. That was a great comparison by you to Tim Tebow. But I don't see a lot of mechanics there. They run that hokey type offense, man. He's always out of the shotgun, a lot of RPO type stuff, RPO pullback, throw the play action pass. That doesn't transfer into the NFL. That's why you see a lot of those quarterbacks that get drafted in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round struggle, because they're coming out of those spread offense systems. So maybe take a flyer on him because of the heart type deal. But that's once again if you trust.
Let's see how he plays against Michigan.
I'll tell you, ESPN has Max Duggan is the 10th best quarterback coming out this year. So that's what a 3rd round grade, 3rd to 6th round
10th
situation.
I don't know, that's 5th.
You got Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Will Levis, Anthony Richardson, Hendon Hooker, Jake Hayner from Fresno State, Tanner McGee from Stanford, Jaden Daniels, LSU, Jaron Hall, BYU, and then Max Duggan over there. Wow,
that's 6th round, right?
Yeah, that's not very good.
That's Tom Brady rounds.
Yeah. Well, you figure if 4 of those guys will go in the 1st round, you know.
Yep. And then 3 of those guys I've never heard of.
And then figure out where you want to take Hendon Hooker. With
I like Jaden Davis though.
You know,
I like Jaden Davis out of LSU. I think me and JB talked about him a little bit. Jaden Daniels, man, good quarterback, can scramble a little bit.
Hey, let me bring it back to Michigan real quick, if I could, just for a couple of minutes. Did you see what Blake Corum told Adam Schefter on Adam Schefter's podcast?
Oh, buddy.
Said he's 50-50 on returning to school or not.
It makes sense.
NIL has changed the game a little bit.
Of course it has. Guys that aren't going to get drafted high can make more money in college.
Is it good? 2 questions for you, Braylon.
I've had this conversation this morning with Stan Edwards, so I'm ready.
Okay, 2 questions for you. 1, is it in Blake Corum's best interest to come back to Michigan? And 2, is it in Michigan's best interest for Blake Corum to come back?
It's in Michigan's best interest. Is it in Blake Corum's? I don't know. And this is why I don't know. As of right now, what I've heard is he won't be ready to run the 40. And this is per what I've heard. So this may not be true, but my sources are pretty good.
All you can go on is what you...
Exactly. Like Pat Narduzzi
right.
said. I've heard this before.
Right.
So he won't be ready in time for Pro Day to run the 40. He won't be ready in time to run the 40 at the Combine as well. The only thing that matters for Blake Corum, they know how strong he is. They know how he can hit the hole. They know he can catch out of the backfield. They know what type of teammate he is. They know all these things about him. The one thing that can change his trajectory is speed. How fast is he? You talk about him before the injuries last year. Say, man, that guy's fast. That guy's a blazer. They got some good guys in the backfield. This year, picked up some weight, picked up some muscle, if you will, was a little slower this year. The only thing that's going to matter for Blake Corum is his speed. If he's not ready to run the 40 at Pro Day, if he's not ready to run the 40 at the Combine, you may want to think about coming back. Because you're going to be with Donovan Edwards, and Michigan is locked and loaded and ready for Donovan Edwards to take that next step. So now you have a position where you may not come back as, and here's the other side, you may not come back as RB1.
Well, you might not come back as RB1. It might be an RB1 and 1A kind of situation, like so many NFL teams do now. There's, I mean, you're actually benefited, I think, by not taking the pounding in college.
You are, but you're still let's say the starting running back at an institution that runs the ball. Nobody runs the ball more than Michigan. So at Michigan, you're taking upwards of 250 carries a season. So you split that in half, it's 125 carries for you. Yeah, it sounds good, but that's another 125 carries in college. That's another 125 opportunities for you to get a shoulder, a knee, another ding the injury that you just heard now, get that re-nicked up again. So that's the major thing for him to think about coming back is, do I want to risk potentially getting hurt, or do I want to do everything I can to be able to run the 40 at some point this year?
NIL is the only reason that this is even possible, right, for him to come back. NIL, bless you, Braylon.
Thank you.
NIL is the only reason this is even a thought to come back. That's one. And two, right now ESPN.com has Blake Corum as the 5th best running back in the NFL draft coming out. Only 4 guys ahead of him. What's the best case scenario next year? Could you go up to a top 3 situation? Or would you fall because your numbers are not going to be look, J.J. McCarthy's going to be a junior, and he's probably, to me, going to be one of the best quarterbacks certainly in the conference, but maybe in college football. Yeah. I think another year that offense is really going to be humming. Yeah. J.J. McCarthy's going to be better. Donovan Edwards is going to be better. So I would automatically think that Blake Corum's numbers is not going to be nowhere near what they were this year, because that offense is going to evolve.
They won't need to depend on the run solely next year.
So I don't. Hey, we'll take them. We'll absolutely take. What'd Stan say, by the way?
So my dad was talking about the 40. I think my dad's big thing was him being able to come back, being able to get faster. I think one of the mistakes he made, well, I don't want to say mistake, because he had a damn good year, and before he got injured, you're talking about a guy
probably would have won the Heisman.
Would have won the Heisman, So you don't want to say that, but at the same time, speed is what's going to be king for him. Speed is going to be king for Blake Corum in terms of getting to the next level and finding him a role. Blake's not going to be an every down running back, but there are a ton of backs in the NFL that get paid upwards of $7 million a year to go out there, catch balls out of the backfield, hit that home run on first down for
Giovanni Bernard.
100%. I mean, look at Tony Pollard.
Yep. I love Tony.
He's Tony Pollard.
You think?
He's legitimately, before he picked up this weight this year, he was the same speed as Tony Pollard, if not maybe a little faster. Tony Pollard's not every down back. Blake didn't play every down until this year when he picked up the weight. Tony Pollard catches the ball out of the backfield. Blake Corum catches the ball out of the backfield. The only difference is Blake can run between the tackles. Blake can find you those yards between the tackles. He's not always going outside. So I think it's one of those things, if you're Michigan, you want him back. Selfishly, you want him back because with him and Donovan in the backfield, it makes it that much easy for J.J. McCarthy. It makes it that much easier when you try to go throw the ball to Loveland as well as Schoonmaker. It makes it that much easier. So if you're Michigan, you want him back. But if you're Blake, you just got to ask yourself this question. Can I get to 4.4 whatever, 4.41, 4.42, 4.43 by April? If you can't, you might have to come back.
Pretty good insurance, too, no doubt. Guys, we'll talk a little Detroit Lions coming up. Also, very sad news we have to hit on coming up as well. But first, a message from Guardian Alarm. They're your local security experts, have been for over 90 years. When you see the black and yellow sign out in front of your house, gives the bad guys one thing, tells the bad guys one thing.
Stay out.
Whether you are at home or on the road, they're 24/7 local monitoring. Make sure what is important to you stays safe. Call this number right here. 1-800-STAY-OUT. That number again. 1-800-STAY out. Stay out of here. Get out.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff-A Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward and Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff-A Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
The Sports Marketing Agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Motor City Christmas, the most wonderful time of the year. Sleigh bells ring and caroling, songs of love and cheer. Lights shine over me and you, walking down Woodward Avenue.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a safe and Happy New Year from the Feldman Automotive family.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Winter time in Detroit is always better when there's no snow. But with comfort food from Big Boy. Try the classic meatloaf or the Cajun chicken Alfredo. Yeah, Ryan is still hooked up on that Big Jim. How about breakfast, Ryan? The stuffed potato pancakes are back, the lumberjack, the
spaghetti,
Santa Fe Garden, and the Blockbuster. Stop by your local Big Boy today. Batman loves Big Boy as well.
And what's going on, everybody?
Oh, hey, JP. What's going on, Clark?
Everybody? I like that. I'm here to talk to you guys about the Monroe Street Midway. They have swapped out roller skating, basketball, the mini golf for the giant Arctic slide, the winter bumper cars, and get this, puck putt. I really got to try this game.
Puck putt.
Puck putt. I have to try this out. I really do. It's free to get into the site, and there are so many activities to create an amazing winter experience for everyone. Like, check out the Midway Arcade. You can try your hand at shooting some hoops or beating up on some supervillains. Now, I have to remind you that it does cost to play, anywhere from 50 cents to $3. All depends on what you want to play. But if that's not your thing, check out the food down there. They've got burgers.
That's my thing.
Oh, I know.
That's Maz's thing.
They got the burgers. They got the pierogies. They got the homemade chili, chicken sandwiches, and mac and cheese bites. I got to check this out, too. I'm telling you, I need to go down there and check this out. But also, be on the lookout because Santa will be down there taking photos. So you got to check out for Santa Claus. But coming soon, the Woodward Sports Winter Olympics.
Winter Olympics.
Yeah, you'll be able to compete against Darren McCarty, Braylon Edwards, Adam Baydoun, Ryan Armani.
Yours truly.
The Maz himself. Shouts out to Maz once again, too, for
Maz
hooking.
is playing hoops.
Oh, yeah. Shouts out to Maz once again for hooking myself and Fletch up with these holiday jerseys. I don't know if you can really see them right here, but yeah, you got me that Clark Griswold. I appreciate him
turn
so
around.
much.
Turn around. We can see that top. Oh, no. Yeah, there you go. Griswold, baby. Double zeros.
It's my favorite Christmas movie, man.
I know, it's mine too. Just had to throw that out there. Thank you so much, man.
You're welcome.
Check them out at DeckedOutDetroit.com. And from all of us here at Woodward Sports, happy holidays.
No doubt about it.
You're not making out in the studio with that jersey.
That is so funny. No doubt about it. Some fighting words. Cash app.
Okay, cash app.
That's so funny. Guys, WoodwardSports.com, hour number 2. Thanks so much for being with us. Hopefully you're out and about, maybe listening to us. However you're listening to us, watching us, WoodwardSports.com.
The network.
We'll get to the Lions momentarily, but we would be remiss if we did not open up this hour with this sudden, sad news. Franco Harris, one of the all-time greats in the NFL, has died just days before the Pittsburgh Steelers planned on retiring his number 32 jersey. Just 2 days before the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception. 72 years old. Tom, you were talking about this earlier today, just vivid memories of that game, watching it with your dad. Tell me in your words what this means to you.
I'm heartbroken. As an NFL lover, historian, I watched Franco from his first carry to his last carry. Unfortunately, his last carry with Seattle only lasted a few games, but the Steelers, he was the Steelers, man. He was their number 1 pick. Chuck Noll picked him. I think it was 1970 or 71. He was like the last piece of the puzzle to make that Steelers team something, because the Steelers were like the laughing stock in the NFL in the late 50s and all of the 60s. They were terrible. What started them off was Joe Green. They drafted Mean Joe Green, and then Terry Bradshaw, then before you know it, Jack Lambert, Jack Ham, Terry Bradshaw, Lynn Swann.
Mel Blount?
No, Jack Youngblood was with the Rams.
Not bad.
Nonetheless,
No, Mel Blount.
John Stallworth, Mel Blount. Amazing team. Amazing freaking team. But Franco Harris from Penn State, New Jersey guy, went to Penn State, African-American father, an Italian mom. He was unbelievable, and he's the one. The Immaculate Reception, 1972. It happened on December 23rd of 72. It was a playoff game between the Raiders and the Steelers. It was 7-6 game. That's it, 7-6. Like 30 seconds left in the game, and 4th down and 10, and Bradshaw's running for his life. He just chucks it down the field. Jack Tatum slams into Frenchie Fuqua, who was the running back from Detroit, bangs off of those two guys, and before you know it, the camera, it's not the cameras of today. Those cameras, they had like 3 cameras on the field. And before you know it, you see Franco Harris running down the side of the field on Three River Stadium, tiptoeing in the final 15, 20 yards and scoring that touchdown. Steelers go in, they win. TV didn't know what happened. They had no idea, and there was no replay back then as far as going to the booth. Art Rooney was one of the not Art Rooney, he was the owner, but Art McNally, one of the referees there. He goes into the Pittsburgh Pirates dugout, and they get on the freaking rotary phone, and they call it upstairs, and they're wondering, hey, what the hell do we do? What are we doing? What are we doing? The fun story about this all is, they said John Madden and Al Davis always said, who the hell was the referee talking to? Who was McNally talking to? The way they put it is, he was talking upstairs. Hey, is there enough security to get us out of Three Rivers?
You
no?
love the
Okay.
NFL. I love that you
touchdown.
love the NFL.
Touchdown.
His stories.
It was a touchdown. They go on. They win that game. They play the Dolphins the next week. They almost beat the undefeated Dolphins the final week, the next week in the AFC Championship game. Dolphins had to run a fake punt with about 6 minutes to go in that game to get that win, and then of course the Dolphins beat the Redskins in the Super Bowl 7, to win and go undefeated, 17-0. But Franco Harris, he was unbelievable. Franco's Italian army at Three River Stadium, probably 100, 150 people singing songs, and he was Pittsburgh. And this guy he's in great shape. You know that there's a statue of him catching the ball off the ground in Pittsburgh when you land at the airport. Yep. I mean, that's how big he is. And they were going to retire his number. Why it wasn't retired in the last 50 years, I don't know. But they were going to retire it this Saturday at halftime. Raiders and the Steelers playing the Immaculate Reception 50-year anniversary game. And last night, he's all over TV. He's on every radio show. He's healthy as a bull. I wake up this morning and he's gone. It's just heartbreaking. Here's something to put together. John Madden never accepted that as a win. The Raiders, to this day, hate 2 things: the Immaculate Reception and the tuck rule. They're involved in 2 of the biggest quagmire scandals in NFL history. Mm-hmm. And they took it to their deathbed. John Madden and Al Davis never accepted the Steelers winning that game. And who passed away almost a year to the day last year?
John Madden and Franco Harris.
And Franco Harris passes away today. My heart's broke, man, honestly.
I hear it in your chest, Maz, man. It's definitely a sad day. So I had a chance to meet Mr. Harris, as I call him. He's not Franco Harris to me. He's Mr. Harris. I met him at Super Bowl. When the Super Bowl was here, guess who was playing Super Bowl? It was the Steelers. Jerome Bettis, big brother of mine. So he introduces me to Franco Harris. Mr. Harris at an event. Just a great man. Keep in mind what team I play for. I played for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
I played for the Rivals, just a great man. And then whenever we would play Cleveland and Steelers and he would be at games or be at functions, he would always speak to me and always talk to me. You know, I would come over there and he would conversate with me. Just a great dude, very sharp, very classy. He's very intelligent. Talks about the game, talks about life. I just love that he always had points for me that weren't football. It was always something outside of football, how to carry myself. Asking me, hey, what are you doing in terms of speaking engagements? What are you doing in terms of motivational speaking? Did you get your degree? Like, just things like that where you're like, man, he cares about the younger players. Not every Hall of Famer or not every older or former alumni care about the younger guys. Called my dad today. I said, Dad, tell me about Franco Harris. Because, you know, Franco's, I think, 9 years older than my father.
He's 72.
But my father watched. He said, Braylon, Franco was fast. He said, Franco was ahead of his time. Franco was like one of the first guys that was making business decisions. Now, when I say making business decisions, I'm not calling him a punk. But Franco will look and say, boom, I got the first down. It's not really anything there.
He went down.
I'm going to go down, or I'm going to go out of bounds. He was one of the first players doing
That's
that.
great cake.
100%.
Yep.
That's why I call Stan the man.
That's a fact.
He said he was one of the first guys doing the Marvin Harrison or Ricky Ward, they're getting out of bounds so that they can extend their careers. One of the first guys doing that. But if you needed Franco on 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2 to get up there and get those yards, Franco was running like a bulldozer. But also, he said Franco could catch out the backfield.
Yep.
Said Franco was sharp. Franco would have been great in today's game. Not a lot of the older running backs can correlate and transfer over to how the NFL is played now. You look at O.J. Simpson could have fit. You look at Franco Harris could have fit. Gale Sayers if he doesn't tear his knee up. But Franco Harris was just an amazing football player. He was an amazing man off the field as well. And I actually knew him. I'll tell you like this, man, heart is broken. Franco Harris, you were a legend. You will always be a legend. And I feel bad for the Pittsburgh Steelers and their organization. You took way too long. And this is what happens. You guys talked about waiting too late to put people in the Hall of Fame.
Always.
Waiting too late to retire jerseys.
Kenny Stabler.
This is what happens, man. Guys are no longer here. Franco, there's no reason.
Cliff Branch.
It's no reason why Mr. Harris did not see his jersey retired at Acrisure Field or wherever the hell it's called now. That's not fair to his family. It's not fair to him. NFL, stop waiting so long, man. Get these guys while they're still alive, while they're still functioning, because you never know what can happen like this morning.
3-time Super Bowl champion. And my side story to this all is I remember it. It was 2 days before Christmas. It was a Saturday afternoon. They had the early game on NBC. Kirk Gowdy at the game, one of my favorite announcers. I'm watching the game with my dad. My mother's out shopping. My sisters are, I don't know what the hell they were. All right, my mom's outside, out getting some more stuff for Christmas. My dad's in one chair. I'm on the couch. We're watching it. My dad's he's got money on the Raiders. Okay, there's no doubt about it.
Sammy
Maz has got the Raiders, and they're getting points, and they're up 7-6. Hey, Dad, we got this. Just got to run this last play out. And I kept telling him when the play went over, when they went for a touchdown, I just looked at him. And I saw all the blood come out of his face. And I was looking at him, and I remember what I said, Dad, don't worry, it doesn't count. They're taking it back. It hit Frenchie Fuqua. It can't hit an offensive player, and an offensive player can't pick it up. It can't work. It's impossible. They're going to take it back. And then when they called the touchdown, we just slumped in our chairs. Who walks in the door with bags? It's my mother. She didn't realize that my dad probably blew the rest of Christmas dinner, Christmas dessert, and everything. And my mom's like, what's going on? I'm like, nothing. Raiders lost. Oh, okay, that's fine. She was a big Steeler fan. But I'll never, in my life, I'll take it to my grave. I could see my dad in his V-neck white T-shirt just sitting there in a chair, slumped back.
I want to grow up. I want to come back on this earth.
I wanted you to be there.
Tom Mazawey.
I wanted you to be there.
Watching games with Sammy Maz.
God, man.
Gosh, I want that so bad.
I cannot ask for a better childhood. It's impossible.
Unbelievable. It's so great, Tom. I absolutely love you, man. These stories are why I like being around
I love the NFL so freaking much.
I know. It's so great. I love that you love the NFL.
I want to be a general manager so freaking bad.
I do have one thing I want to say about Franco Harris. And I don't know if it's accurate or not, but it's kind of something that's going through my mind. I'll do that next. Maz, you can say yes or no on it.
You bet, buddy.
And Braylon can weigh in as well. But first, a message from Custom Health Centers. Get your customized approach to your health, to your weight loss. That's what they do at Custom Health Centers. They've helped over 20,000 people, me included, baby. Come on now. At Custom Health Centers, they take the willpower out of weight loss. The whole thing. Why wouldn't you want that? Custom Health Centers will help you whether you want to lose 20 pounds or 120 pounds. Custom Health Centers, call them today, 844-789-THIN. That number again, 844-789-THIN.
Thin to win.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
All I want for Christmas is a Lions win, the Pistons in the playoffs, and the Red Wings to dominate. I don't ask for much.
I'm asking for a punt! A single punt!
And I've been really good this year.
Oh, you're so naughty. You're so naughty.
Woodward Sports.
23 years in the game, man. You know why? That's because he knows what the hell he is doing. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in a home, Michael Phillips is your guy. Keller Williams' legacy is the real deal. That's because he has a community around him of great coworkers that get the job done. They will tend to your needs and get you what you need to be. Whether you're a player or a fan, helping you is the number one priority. 313-403-0011. Game on.
Talking about Franco Harris and this sudden loss, really. This morning, you just heard the news. It feels like he got punched in the gut.
And I know a lot of our people are young and they don't even know who the hell he is.
And that's fine. But that's fine. You know what?
Franco
look, and that's fine. But we're going to talk about him because he's earned that. Let me ask you guys this question, okay? And forgive me.
By the way, for those that don't know who I am, I'm going to make it make sense in stats for you. When he retired, he was third in history of NFL rushing yards. That's how damn good he was.
In 14 games a year.
Forgive me if I'm just playing this out, and this may not be accurate, but I almost think there is something to this. Do you think all this stuff is just sometimes too overwhelming for people? The 50th anniversary coming up 2 days from now. The retirement of the jersey celebration. You know, we saw this with John Madden. You know, John Madden.
He watched his own funeral.
Essentially, and then died.
Yeah.
And then he died.
Yeah.
The Ultimate Warrior. I mean, and again, you say what you want about wrestling, but the day after he was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, he died.
3 days later.
3 days later.
Right after Monday night.
Right after the Monday night.
Yeah, Monday Night Raw.
So, you know, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Essentially, yeah, you're right.
So,
right after Monday Night Raw.
Do you think sometimes this stuff could just all be so overwhelming for somebody?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, without the benefit of knowing how he died.
It could. I mean, it could. I mean, I don't know because you saw him the other day. Like Matt said, like he was healthy, he was fine. He was
the other day, last night.
That's what I'm. Well, yesterday. Yeah, you're right.
Unbelievable.
Last night. Like less than 24 hours. Less than 24 hours. You're talking about a guy that was doing interviews. He was excited. He was thinking about getting his jersey retired. Once again, it took way too long. But I don't know because he looked sharp. He looked fine. I think sometimes, Ryan, that, you know, a powerful entity named guy is like holding them here for something. They're holding them there so that they can finish some business. Like I think in the case of Ultimate Warrior, I think he was waiting to get that out. He was waiting to have that moment with Hulk Hogan where he shook hands and made amends. He was waiting to have that moment with Jim McMahon. He was waiting to go out there one last time, and then he was done. You look a lot of times with individuals in life in terms of marriage. Like when one dies, the other one goes. Like they're waiting. It's all right, I'm only here because you're here. So I think sometimes that does come into play. But with Franco, he just seems so healthy. And keyword is seems.
Right.
He just seems so healthy. I don't know if that applies to him, but there's definitely something there to where you're talking about that.
Hey, man, they had him up at all. He did probably 25 interviews yesterday. He did radio. He did TV. He probably went to bed midnight, 1 a.m., and he was dead by 8 a.m. You might have something, right? You might.
I just think of like John Madden a year ago watching all these people say all these great things to him about his life and his impact on them, and then, you know, yesterday with Franco doing all of these things and making him relive all of these things and hearing how great he was. I don't know. I just sometimes
it's a thought.
one of the first things I thought of
Wow.
this morning. Because of the retirement and because of the jersey retirement and because of the 50th anniversary.
Like overwhelming.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes, I don't know.
It's a very fair question.
Yeah.
Like, you think about that, you get to a certain point. Like, when you're not used to dealing with things for a while, like you operate on a certain level. But now you're talking about bringing back him retiring, the Immaculate Reception, talking about the career. You're talking about things that he may have left unturned or unanswered. So now it's just excitement. I'm doing this interview. I'm doing that interview. The heart level, it raises up. It's going up. Anxiety is a real deal, man. Tell me about it.
No doubt. Guys, I'm going to take another break, and we will talk a little Detroit Lions next. Do we have Derek Keverett today?
We do.
What time is Derek Keverett?
3:30.
3:30.
Oh, wow.
So we'll take a break. We'll talk a little Lions. We'll have Derek Keverett talking about the bomb cyclone blizzard 2022.
Derek's our guy.
We'll do it all. Coming up, but first a message from Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac all month long in Dearborn. At Les Stanford, you can get a 2022 Silverado for just $285 a month, $1995 down. How about a Malibu for $225 a month? That also with $1995 down. You can bring in the new year with new wheels at LesStanford.com. LesStanford.com. Find new roads.
Find them.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff-A Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward and Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff-A Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Market, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
With the holiday season here, Swiss Insurance wants to remind you that those gifts gotta insure them, those jewelry and collectibles. In the last 2 weeks, Swiss has saved its clients an average of 26% on their insurance premiums while increasing their coverage. It's a lot of money saved for the Christmas season. Happy holidays from Swiss Insurance, my man Mark, and also Go Blue.
You think?
Yeah.
I think that's the easier side. But, yeah, sure. I think I kind of talked about it last week. Just us showing our maturity and showing that we can handle a little bit of praise and that we are doing some good things, and people can tell us we're doing good things, and being able to handle that and not change what got us there. Absolutely is the challenge now. But the challenge earlier, I think, was a little bit harder.
Jared Goff with our own Manny Miller, Lions beat reporter for Woodward Sports. Thank you so much for that. Jared Goff, all smiles as we approach Christmas Eve against the Carolina Panthers. Braylon, the Lions are a favorite this weekend. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. But if you ask me today, I think the Lions should win that game. And, of course, the standings are something that you're looking at right now.
Yeah.
You just are. And before I get to you, let's hear from Dan Campbell. How about that?
You know, look, I showed them where we're at. They know exactly where we're at in the standings, and that we know what's in front of us, and we know it all starts with this one. So it's very much the same as it's been.
You got to show them the standings. He showed them the standings.
You got you.
Talking about it, talking about it, looking at it. Hey, this is what we need to do. You keep winning.
The good thing about it is this is a different conversation that we've had. You know, when the Detroit Lions first started winning, what was the conversation? JB and Flesh, it was one game at a time. It was a one-game season. Hey, let's just play this team. Let's just worry about this next game. Let's just worry about this next game. Well, now that they're winning, now that they're winning handily, now that they're beating people in all phases of the game, now it's like, okay, let's check the standings. Let's see what we may potentially have to face. Let's still get these wins. Matt said something yesterday before we did the show. Actually, I think he said it on Monday, if I'm not mistaken. The Jets game, the Lions won, and I thought that was going to be the game. I thought that was going to be the one. Once I saw that, I said, you know what? Here it is. You know what, Ryan? It wasn't the Jets game that I should have been worried about. As a Detroit Lions, I guess you can call me an enthusiast now. It's not the Packers game where I'm worried about Aaron Rodgers and him getting mad at the Detroit Lions for beating him at home when he was playing the worst football of his career. It's not the Chicago Bears who have Justin Fields who's running the ball like Randall Cunningham. Too bad they can't pass because they don't have
division rival.
Exactly, because they don't have an offensive line nor receivers to throw the ball to. It's not him either. It's this Carolina Panthers game because so much was made about the Jets game. So much is being made about the Aaron Rodgers Green Bay game at the end of the year on January 8th. Nobody's talking about how good that freaking defense is in Carolina. That defense is real down there in Carolina. That Coach Wilkes, he has those guys playing. Now, the offense isn't good. Now, the offense isn't good, so don't let me sit up here and tell you how great that team is. No, that defense is real. Carolina is a tough place to play. And, oh, by the way, Carolina's still fighting for the NFC South Championship as well. This is the game that we should be, I don't want to say worried about, but this is, I think, the most important game. Every next game is the most important game. But I think this one out of the four is the most important one.
This game actually gives me a stomach ache.
Yeah.
It's just, how do you get up for this game? And I know last week Kelvin Shepard said, hey, we have no right to be complacent with this history that we have. There's no right. But you're playing a team they're not very good. And they don't have a very good quarterback.
Back-to-back on the road.
Yeah, they have nobody to run. What's Chuba Hubbard going to scare you? No. They got nothing on the offensive side. But I remember them coming in here in 2017 with Matt Patricia's first game and wiping the floor. That was with the Jets. But it was Sam Darnold. And Sam Darnold just gives me the willies. He always did.
It was a pick six, first play of the game.
Yeah, first play of the game. We took it home.
How was that game?
It was 7-0. Before you know it, it was 48-17. That was the final of that game. I just don't like this game. I'm not looking forward to watching this game. It's on Christmas Eve as well. I just hope, just escape with a win in this game, and I don't care if they win by one. Just get the hell out of Carolina and put them behind you.
Yeah, I agree, man. And it doesn't matter if you win by 1 or 50 in this game. You got to get the win. And Ryan Ermanni, before you come up here, and before you say, we ain't scared of the Carolina Panthers.
We ain't scared of the Carolina Panthers.
You shouldn't be. But at the same time, that's
the problem.
That infamous phrase that they use, trap game. This is a sneaky game, back-to-back road games. You got a team that's actually fighting for the division lead as well as you. You got a team whose defense is damn good. Offense is terrible, so you overlook them. This is a situation, man. If the Lions don't come to play, the only thing that gives me it gives me a confident feeling, if you will, is that the Lions have been focused. The Lions have been dialed in since the last 8 games. The Lions have been dialed in. They've played every game at a time. So that gives me cause to say, you know what? I know they're going to get it done. But I just had to throw that out there because if I didn't, I'd be remiss.
We ain't scared. I ain't scared.
I love it.
And I'll tell you why. I think what Jared Goff said a couple of weeks ago was really poignant when he said, let's see what we're made of now. Let's see what kind of team we are now when people are saying all these nice things about us. What kind of team do we want to be when people expect us to win? And I do think that resonates with these guys. I think they do have a mentality of, hey, let's go make history. There is one team since 1970 to make the playoffs starting 1-6, and that's the 1970 Cincinnati Bengals. So I think their coaching staff will not Dan Campbell for sure, but coaching staff, each and every one of those men who have been in those seats before, that have experienced playing games like this. This is a young team. And again, These Lions don't know anything about anything.
The Lions.
Most of them are too young. They don't care about the 1991 Lions. They don't care about who they're supposed to be. All they know is that they got a game on Sunday or on Saturday in this case, and they're going to go play it.
But Ryan, you got kids on this team from Michigan. You got kids on this team from Alabama. You got kids, and I say kids because they are kids to me. They're young. You're 22, I'm 39. You got kids on this team that went to Ohio State. You got kids on this team that understand looking ahead. Like, because when you're in college, when you're Michigan, that Illinois game, that was a trap game. When you're Ohio State and you're playing Maryland at the end, and you almost give the game away to Maryland, that's a trap game because you're looking ahead to Michigan. Because Michigan's looking ahead to Ohio State. Michigan could look ahead to Georgia and not take TCU seriously. Because in college, this now is this much like the NFL in terms of playoff. You got kids that understand looking ahead. So it's not necessarily that they don't understand about 0-16 or, SOL. You're right. They're not there. But they do understand trap games and looking ahead. So that's why I love that Jared Goff, a veteran, is refocusing these Lions. Very good for him.
I want one Christmas present. I want the Lions to make the playoffs. I don't want anything else. I really don't. I just want them to make the playoffs. That's all. So Santa, if you're listening, please hook me up.
National championship for Michigan or Lions make the playoffs?
Oh, that's a topic for another day.
Wow.
you and I tomorrow.
You got it.
You and I
That's a topic
tomorrow.
for another day.
JB,
I was going to blurt it out, but I don't want to ruin that. I don't want to ruin that tease.
Yeah,
like we
don't
did
ruin the
yesterday.
tease, man. You're the tease killer. Hey, guys, we talked about this bomb cyclone we're supposed to be a part of, or a blizzard.
Snow.
There is one guy that you want to hear from in times like this, and that is Fox 2 meteorologist, the great Derek DK. DK making his Woodward Sports debut today.
Last minute, by the way.
3 Michigan guys on the screen all at one time.
What do you count me as?
4.
There you go.
Sometime. It depends on your answer tomorrow.
I'll be quiet.
DK, how you doing, brother?
Oh, guys, I'm doing better now. Talking to Braylon, Ryan, Maz. I mean, you kidding me? That's a great afternoon right there.
Oh, we love
Derek,
it.
before we get into the weather, man, I got to ask you about these Lions here. I know you're a Lions fan. You watch the games with your dad every now and again. You might give me a thought on the Lions. 3 games to go. Do you expect a playoff berth or not?
Here's my thing. I'd love to commit to say yes. I've been burned as a fan before, so I can't jump completely in. And Ryan, you know me, I'm such a numbers guy that I have a hard time looking past the 1-6 start and the 4 or 5 losses of 3 points or less. I mean, I just wish we could go back in time and steal just 2 of those games and be sitting comfortable. But I mean, if we make the playoffs, none of it matters. So I say yes. What the heck? We're gonna make the playoffs.
What about Michigan in the playoffs? National championship, baby.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, there's no whatever topic you guys have that you save for another day, it is the easiest thing in the world for me. A Michigan national title is more important than any other thing happening in sports right now.
D, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. I agree. But I may have a different answer tomorrow because I gotta hold the tees. Ryan is teaching me about the art of the tees. Tell us about, Ryan, that blizzard coming, man.
That's right. And Derek, define blizzard. This is a definition here, a blizzard.
Yeah.
DEFCON.
So here, I'm going to blow your guys' minds real quick because you can have a blizzard without having a gigantic snowstorm. And what I mean by that is the snowfall totals is really, that's the question people keep asking me. They say, Derek, how much snow are we going to get? We're going to get 10 inches, 12 inches. It's not going to be that kind of storm. The definition of a blizzard is 3 things. 1, you have to have winds of 35 miles an hour sustained. So steady winds of 35 miles an hour. You have to have visibility reduced down to a quarter mile or less, which is essentially like you're driving on the road and you can't see a car ahead of you. And it has to happen for 3 hours in a row. I think we're going to get that as we move through Friday afternoon and Friday evening. That's when the winds are going to be the worst. So what I mean when I say don't focus on the snowfall totals, our snowfall totals are going to be anywhere between 3 to 6, maybe 4 to 8 inches. And that's really something that we can handle as Michiganders. What's going to be concerning is the fact that the wind is going to gust to 55 miles an hour. And it's going to happen for like 12 straight hours from Friday afternoon until Friday night.
Oh, DK, does that mean power going down and stuff?
Yeah, man.
Oh.
So that's what worries me the most is if you lose power, and I think there will be several pockets of areas that lose power.
Oh.
If you lose power Friday night, Christmas Eve, those parties, they start 12 hours later on, Saturday afternoon. And so that's going to be just a major disappointment, I think, for a lot of people. So
Oh, man.
when we talk about having a backup plan, you have the party at Grandma's house, but if Grandma loses power, somebody's got to be sitting in the wings saying, we're all going to my house.
D, so tell us fans out here listening and watching, what should their plans be for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Friday and Saturday? When should they get their groceries? What should they do? What should they be expecting? Because I was a guy that was trying to hang out a little bit on Friday and Thursday, but now I just want to stay in the house and make sure I'm good.
Yeah, you're not going to be hanging out on Friday, and even Thursday night I don't think you are either. So what I would say is this. You got today, and you got until about 4, maybe 5 o'clock tomorrow evening, so you can get through Thursday. But at 6 o'clock Thursday, that winter weather is going to move in. Now, for some of us, it's going to be rain. If you live on the east side, if you're Wayne County up to Macomb County, even down through Monroe, so areas downriver, it's going to be a lot of rain tomorrow evening. For the rest of us, it's going to be snow. And then all of us will see it change over into snow Thursday night, Friday morning. The first part of Friday is going to be snowier. The second part of Friday is going to be windier. If you can avoid it, I wouldn't try to leave the house that much on Friday if you can. If you need to, your better bet is probably going to be in like a sweet spot of like 2 p.m. when the snow is dying down a little bit before the winds ramp up to their strongest level, which is 55.
All right, on a personal note, this has got to suck, right? I mean, let's be honest. This has got to suck. I mean, you live for these days as a weather forecaster, but you do have a family, too.
It's Christmas.
I mean, it's Christmas, right?
So,
I mean, what's your plan here?
I'll tell you exactly what it is. So back in the summer, remember when we lost power back in the summer and we were out of power for like 4 days? So there's a buddy of mine who said, I got an extra generator. You're welcome to buy it off me if you want. I said, yeah, I'll take it, but I'll get it later. I called him yesterday. And
oh my gosh!
I'm not kidding. Because here's what I don't want to happen. I'm going to be stuck at work all day on Friday. I know this. I do not want my wife to be here at the house the day before Christmas Eve without any kind of power. So we got it. I got to sit in the garage right now. I picked up gas
my
on the way
gosh!
home from work. Just in case, I do not want these kids to have to wake up Christmas Eve or Christmas Day without power in the house. So that's what I did.
You're absolutely right, man. I bought a generator, and they told me what the price was, and I almost fainted and said, what? I'm not buying that thing. This is probably about, maybe about 8, 9, 10 years ago. But now, the power outage, that was during the Mark Wahlberg outage, because I was stuck at DGC when that power outage happens. Every time it happens, there's that quick click, comes back on. Definitely a must purchase, man, as a generator, backup generator.
Yeah,
Hey,
my wife, when I told her, she said, how much do you charge us for it? I told her the number. She said, well, that's a little more than I would have wanted. And I said, when we turn that thing on, when the power goes out, we're going to say it was the best money we ever spent.
Derek freaking Kevra, I got to say, man, on the air from 4 to 1 today, 4 a.m. to 1, up at 2:30.
That's nothing.
He's done a million weather hits today. Maz reaches out. There was one guy that Maz asked me who to get. He's like, we got to have DK on.
That's right.
You get DK, you get a smiling face.
The best of the kids,
man.
You get stockings. You get stockings in the background.
Stockings. The kids aren't running around.
Some Michigan love.
They're not. So the kids, because we don't know what's going to happen over the next couple of days. So my daughter's in school. Her bus is. I got about an hour until I got to pick her up. But my son is with Grandma today, and so I got the house like to myself. It's
my God!
You better enjoy it.
I mean, I don't know what to do. And when Maz reached out, I was like, yeah, I want to talk to those guys. That's
when Maz reached out, he's like, there goes my nap.
Sorry, Dad.
You know Maz hit him up 9 times. Come on, just for a second.
Derek, you're the man, dude. Thanks so much for doing this, and we'll all be watching on air, online, everywhere.
You guys are the best. I love the show, and I'll leave you with this: as bad as I think the weather is going to be on Friday, we're gonna get through it. And Christmas Eve is coming, and Christmas Day is coming, And if you lose power or something happens, you reach out to friends or family, and they're going to pick you up. It's going to be a great Christmas. We're not going to let it ruin Christmas.
Amen to that.
100%.
It's a season of giving,
100%.
right? Put out a helping hand.
God bless, Derek.
God bless Derek Kevra. Follow him on
Appreciate you.
Twitter at
Thank
Derek Kevra Fox 2. Is that right? Did I get that right, Derek Kevra Fox 2?
You nailed it. You nailed
Best,
it.
There it is.
best Twitter account of any weather person.
The man.
In the city.
guy, man. It's
Derek
that guy.
Kevra. Love you, bud. Thanks, man.
Love you guys, too. See you later.
You got it. How great is that, man?
I love that guy.
He's the best.
You talking about our partnership with Fox 2 or talking about DK?
Yeah.
Yes.
And that.
He can do sports too.
Oh gosh,
He's got good energy.
He's a huge sports fan.
I've seen him probably like 5-6 Tiger games.
Yeah, he's
in the
a
last
huge
2 years.
sports fan.
Yeah.
He goes down to spring training every year with his old man.
That's awesome.
It's
man.
like a father-son trip that
That's
they
the
do
best.
every year.
The
Go
best.
down to spring training, drink a couple of beers, watch a couple of ball games.
Hey, you see my Lily and Grandma's here. Grandma
I see it.
Cindy
I
and
love
Lily
it.
here.
Grandma, Cindy, and Lily.
Speaking of Grandma.
That's
Grandma
great.
took Lily out for shopping today.
How'd that go, Grandma?
Great, she spent a ton of my money.
Oh, my God.
I love it. I love it.
That is fantastic.
Hey, man, lean over so she can hit you with that cane.
Yeah, she always does. She always does. She tries to trick me with it.
Quick little pop on the head.
That is fantastic. All right, guys, we're going to take a break. Come right back. When we do, more NFL. We'll go around the league. But first, a message from SMA.
The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance use disorders. Sean Jordan does an amazing job of giving you the content. Look, it's okay to not be okay, but when you aren't okay, you got to go somewhere. You got to know where to go to get the information that can help you or somebody that you know. Go to The Sports MA. They do an amazing job of laying things out there, giving you information, as well as substance abuse disorder too. Sometimes people have a problem, and that's okay, but you got to be there as a family friend. You got to be there as a family member. You got to be there for them. You got to point them in the right direction. Or if it's you, let me point you in the right direction. TheSportsMA.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
By now you know me, Christina Schnari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
You know it.
You know what time it is.
Loves lobster. You know what time it is. They love lobster. They love Cousins, MaineLobster.com. Check that schedule out every day. See where those trucks are and running around Metro Detroit area. Get them to your place. I saw it at St. Clair Shores just a couple of days ago. They were at one of those, what do you call those beer joints? What do they call those?
Brewery gardens?
Yeah, one of those breweries.
Brewers,
yeah.
yeah.
And they pulled it on up
Like
on
a
Mack
craft
Avenue.
brew house, like a brew house.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
pulled it up on Mack Avenue. People got gathered around it. And we all got lucky. A few weeks ago, they were here at Woodward Sports and Lady Jane's, and we all got to try. I had the lobster mac and cheese, the lobster grilled cheese, lobster tacos. Lobster bisque was off the hook.
Yeah, it was.
They even had New England clam chowder. So get online right now. Lobster. That's right. Cousins, MaineLobster.com. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
.com. Having a lot of fun here. Brian Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, Tom Mazawey, JB, Fletch, JB. Just had Derek Kevra on talking about that blizzard. So
Lily and Grandma
are here. Lily Maz,
The rest of the
Grandma's
crew
here.
is on their way. They got toys.
They got toys.
Yes.
It is Stuff a Studio. That campaign continuing today, tomorrow, and Friday, obviously. But I'll be honest with the people. I'm not sure anybody's coming in on Friday to drop toys boys off on Friday.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. You know what I mean? If
I
it's-
hope it blows over.
We hope, yeah. And I hope he's wrong, but I don't think he's going to be. You might be wrong about one thing, but I don't know if you're wrong about the other two.
I hope he's wrong about everything. I don't care if I get 2 feet of snow, but don't blow out my electricity.
Right.
Please.
That's the only thing that I think people are worried about. You can handle all the snow and all the wind and all that. Don't blow out the electricity.
Not at Christmas
I don't want
time.
to jinx it, but that's the reason why. 2 things I love that I have working in my favor. 1, that backup generator, and 2, I live talking about 0.15 miles from Henry Ford Hospital. If you live next to a hospital and you're on that hospital grid, your power doesn't go off as fast.
That's a good thought.
And I live in the Edsel Ford area because the Edsel Ford estate does pretty well for St. Clair Shores and Grosse Pointe. And that's one of the ones that really doesn't blow out very quick. But it's gone out in the past. Now, Rye, you're like in the you're in the whipping zone.
Yeah, the wind blows and the power goes out. I have a generator, thankfully, but again, it's not even about me. I think about everybody else that's trying to do Christmas with their families.
Please.
I think about all the linesmen the linemen that work on DTE that don't ruin their holiday. Let's be honest with you. Don't ruin their holiday.
Now you
know
make
what I
me
mean?
feel bad.
Right.
Come on, Mother Nature.
Seriously.
Like what Ryan said.
Throw us a crumb.
Exactly, no doubt.
Hey, before we move on to lines, just one last thing. I gave you a paper. Fletch, just put up the tributes to Franco Harris. You put them up before?
Yeah, he did put them up, but if you want me to read a few of them.
Yeah, read a couple of them for me.
Jerome Bettis, words can't begin to describe the pain I'm feeling. Franco will always be a brother, mentor, and the definition of greatness. He was a legend on the field and the personification of excellence off of it, a true class act, and somebody to look up to and aspire to be like. Emmett Smith, I'm shocked and saddened to hear about the passing of my friend Franco Harris, praying for his loved ones. Sean Merriman, Pat Fryermuth, who Franco Harris announced Fryermuth's drafting to the NFL. To the man who announced me as the Pittsburgh Steeler, may you rest in peace. Very thankful for our friendship, and you will always being there for me when I needed it. Penn State and Steeler legend forever. May your legacy live on forever. Kirk Herbstreit, Darrell Revis, and again, Sean Merriman. Others,
so many
tributes pouring in.
Franco Harris.
No doubt. R.I.P. Mr. Harris. Hey, before we go around the NFL, because I got one more break I want to get to, Pistons have signed general manager Troy Weaver to a contract extension. Weaver's accumulated young talent in this league. Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, Jalen Duren, Isaiah Stewart, Sadiq Bey made the trade for Bojan Bogdanovic. I think Troy Weaver absolutely deserved an extension. I'm glad they locked him up. And Braylon, you sat there and watched that game last night.
Yeah, I watched the game yesterday, and the one thing that I took away, now obviously they're not winning games, but it seems like the games that they're losing now within the last 4 or 5 games, you're talking about guys having like lights out games. I'm talking about the game that Mark Cannon had to have last night to beat the Pistons. You talk about when they played the Nets. You look at what KD scoring 43 and Kyrie scoring 38, what they had to do. The thing that excites me as the young guys is Jalen Duren can play. Jalen Duren, he's every time I look at the stat line, I see 14 and 15 or 15 and 14. He's getting rebounds. He knows how to pass. Jaden Ivey is getting a chance to really shine now that Cade Cunningham's not playing. He's doing a hell of a job. He's dunking on people. He's getting people involved. He's passing the ball. He's shooting the shots. He's finding himself. Sadiq Bey coming in there, hit a couple threes yesterday. And then Bojan has been amazing.
He's been what he
everything.
is.
He's been the genuine article and even more. So moving forward, sometimes, we're just impatient. We want it to happen now. We want it to happen now. They've got 8 wins. They didn't get 5 until January 1st of last year, so they're on a trajectory. It's a little bit better than last year, so maybe we need to just chill on Dwayne Casey and let us see how this thing plays out up until All-Star break.
I wanted to make sure we got that in there. Going to take another break if I could. Going to take another break if I could, but first a message from the Foaling Warehouse.
Yes, sir, in Hamtramck, Michigan. You got to love Hamtramck. That's where Grandma loves Hamtramck. I know that for sure. Great Polish restaurants down there. Get on down to the Foaling Warehouse. $12 unlimited open play or a private lane reservation. 10 or 12 of your closest friends or relatives or even people you don't like. You can put them on one lane. Cost you $120, but you get it for 2 hours. That's right, 2 hours. And how about that beer menu that they have? Over 100 beers they offer, plus the $2 mystery beer machine.
Only $2?
Only $2.
Colt 45?
You get a Colt 45, get a Rheingold, a Ballantine Blast. How about one of those Lowenbrows?
I got one of those Colt 45.
Get them all, baby. Get them all. Get on down there. Bring your own food in or have it delivered. Get your foal on at foldingwarehouse.com.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff a Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward and Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
As chilly weather approaches, Big Boy's got the perfect comfort meals for you. Try our hearty classic meatloaf or our creamy Cajun chicken Alfredo. These will be sure to leave you craving for more. How about breakfast? Our stuffed potato pancakes are back with our lumberjack, blockbuster, and Santa Fe Garden. These potato pancakes will definitely fill you up. Whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, come stock up on the perfect comfort meal today. We'll see you soon at Big Boy.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Planet Fitness.
What's going on,
What's
everybody?
up,
JB
JB?
here, letting you know about Planet Fitness and how they are our official studio sponsors here at Woodward Sports, but also they're home to the Judgment-Free Zone.
No
You can work out
judgments.
in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere for just $10 a month. Or you can always do yourself a favor and upgrade to the Black Card with unlimited guest privileges, the hydro massage, and so much more. Join in club today or check them out at planetfitness.com.
PlanetFitness.com. This is just a real treat. We've got the Mazawey family in here.
Festivus Miracle.
-1.
Here comes Abby.
We got Abby over here. We've got Lily, we've got Maddie, and we've got Kathy Mazawey over here. We've got Grandma over here as well. Abby Mazawey's coming in. You guys brought like a truckload of toys here for Stuff a Studio. Lily, what's happening over here?
You know, just giving back to the community, I guess. I don't know.
It's very mad.
Hey,
This is a shout out to the St. Clair Shores.
this is
Police
Cops for
Department.
Kids. Uncle Steve at the St. Clair Shores. Police officers, they do Cops for Kids in the Shores. Uncle Steve-O, Steve Stint, Sergeant Steve, took care of us last year, and the St. Clair Shores Police taking care of us this year. Bags and bags of toys for our Stuff a Studio.
I just want to stand up here for a minute and show you what they did. I mean,
Look at that.
look at this.
But that's only one.
That's one. Oh, I'm not as
That's
strong as I
two.
used to be. Two. There's like 6
And
of
here's
these
some more
things.
coming.
I mean, this is incredible. This is incredible. What's going on with the Mazawey family this holiday season? Come on, Lily.
What are you guys
spill the
excited
beans.
for? What are you excited for?
We're excited for our trip to Jersey.
Okay.
I'm hoping to be a DJ coming up soon, so I hope my parents got
I used
me
to
the board.
DJ.
Really?
I used to DJ, man.
Hey, tell my dad.
I got
There
some
we
stuff
go.
on SoundCloud, man. I give you some pointers.
How was decorating the tree the other night?
Oh my God. Oh Lord. Ask my dad about that one.
Come on, Dad. What's going on
Oh,
here?
we had
Tell
a
us
great
about-
time. The girls, they just don't, they don't seem to have that vim and vigor they used to have of putting the ornaments on the tree.
They're not 5 and 6 anymore.
Exactly. Exactly. But we got so many ornaments, the tree can't even handle it. I mean, you get these Fraser firs, they're tough trees.
You have a real tree?
Yeah, we got a real tree, and we have
Douglas.
my sports tree in the back.
I'm a Douglas guy.
You're a Douglas fir.
I'm a Douglas fir guy,
The
man.
Fraser fir is stronger than the Douglas fir.
What, you want to arm wrestle me for it?
Yeah, I'm not going to wrestle you. No, I'm not going to arm wrestle you.
You know the good
That's
thing
for
about
sure.
it, though, Maz, is it goes where the kids get older. They get out of the spirit. But guess what happens? Then they have kids. You become a grandfather, and it happens all over again.
I'm looking forward to that, but I'll take my time. Lily's 20, Abby is 18, and Maddie is 15, going on 30.
No time soon. No time soon.
Kathy, who makes the call on the real tree versus the fake tree?
That's me.
You like the real tree?
Give her the microphone.
I do. No, I'm good.
There it is.
Yes. No, I'm a real tree girl.
Is he chopping it down out there?
No.
Ryan.
Come on.
Clark Griswold?
Ryan.
Come on.
Ryan. Come on. That's Mrs. Mazawey, and I'm Mr. Mazawey. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Is Abby here yet?
We did chop it down one year, and I was the one who did it, not him. He observed. So
That is awesome.
No, we go down to Eastern Market, support our local farmers.
It's the best place. So when we were getting real trees, I guess I just told them myself we're fake trees, and you saw it yesterday.
You got a beautiful tree.
But it was
Greg.
real trees my whole life. It was Douglas firs, and that's where my mom, my father, my sister, and I used to go. Eastern Market. So I used to
It's the
be a
best.
part of the game, man.
I love it.
I used to be.
To ask Tommy how he got one of our trees one year.
I had Lions-Vikings tickets one year, and Lions are out of the playoffs, of course. I swapped my 2 tickets for a big old tree.
No.
Yeah, a guy
That's not
gave
bad.
it to me.
Did the Lions win?
The Lions wound up winning that
Good
game.
luck, see?
I know. Hey, back in the day, I remember my dad was a Hostess cake salesman, Wonder Bread guy. And we'd go shopping for a tree, me, Dad, and the girls. Mom would be home, and Mom was the tough one. Because if you didn't bring home the perfect tree, she would send us back out to get another tree.
Oh, my gosh.
So one year, my dad, the trees were like $80. They were. Back in Jersey, they were like $80 in the old days. So my dad is like, hey, how about I flip you for it? Double or nothing. Literally. And the tree guy's like, okay, 160 if I win, you take it if you win. We're like, Dad, don't do it.
So
don't
this is
do it.
where it all comes from.
They flipped the
Sammy
coin.
Mazawey. That's it.
They flipped the coin, and we won. We took the tree
my
home
gosh.
for free. We were screaming, and the guy was, of course, so pissed
Oh, my
that he had to
gosh.
give us the tree. My dad wound up bringing him a whole lot of Hostess cake and
He was a
Wonder
man of
Bread.
his word, though. That's
But he
what-
was a man of his
that's
word.
good.
Yep, he gave us the tree. We took it home for free.
So the Mazawey family is now complete with Abby
Abby.
coming in here.
Yeah.
Hi, Abby.
Yeah,
How
you're
are
coming
you?
in.
Now, Maddie, I have to ask you, what's it like to have both your sisters home from college? Do you like that, or you're like,
You're
what's going
infringing on
on
my
here?
free time.
Right.
It's kind of like I have mixed feelings about it. I like having them home, but it's I gotta move rooms because she's back.
Right, but they take the attention off of you all the
that's
time,
true.
so that's
That is
very
true.
good.
Yeah, it's very nice.
That's
Kinda
very good.
slide under the radar.
He somehow outshines us every time.
Very good. Oh, look at the old screen. We had to do it on
You gotta
the
get a
board.
picture, man.
You got to get the whole Mazawey family up here. No doubt about it. Well, guys, this has been great.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays to you.
Stay safe during this Lincoln
Please.
storm. Stay safe. Leave us alone, Mother Nature. Leave our Christmas alone, please.
No doubt. Bray, would you like to get us out of here?
I would love the opportunity to get us out of here. From our family to yours, happy holidays, because this will be the last time we're together as
For
a
a
full
while.
squad.
Yeah.
So happy holidays to you, Ryan and Ermanni. Merry Christmas to you
Mr.
guys.
Edwards.
Fletch, JB, Maz, I'll see you guys tomorrow. But
You
from
bet.
everybody, this is what we do here, man. Be a gift to somebody this year. Go out there and touch somebody's life, whether it's a family member, somebody you don't know. This is the giving season, so be someone that gives. For my man JB, for Fletch, for Maz on the couch, for Ryan and Ermanni, the Mazawey family, Woody, and everybody here, Merry Christmas. Happy
Merry
holidays.
Christmas, Bray.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.